take it. So things I'm gonna need, like the caramel paste, this core installation now. Okay, I got the computer. It's under there, and okay, triangle. Why is so important the thermal paste? Turn off. Let's go. Long presentation. So today, my computer stack continues something slightly different. I got the i5 and the i7. I'll put the specs in this side for the i5. I'll put the specs for the i7. More cores, more threads, more cache. Why I bought this one? This came in secondhand and they sold me as new. The seal was already broken when I received it. I didn't like it. Anyway, this cost me 230 pounds and this one cost me 280. Slightly different. My wife says I pay you the difference, so hey, why not? I'll take it. I'm gonna take out the box and break the seal. I'll change the perspective first. I'm gonna take the computer apart, take this one, return it. I'm gonna put this new one, put new thermal paste, do everything, and reboot the computer, and hopefully everything works. Because if it doesn't, I'll be crying saying why I done this. Will make a big difference or not for the price? Should I just bought something else? So things I'm gonna need, the Core i5, send it back. The Core i7, some thermal paste. In this case I'm using Arctic MX4, some screwdrivers, and a plan to look good. And that's all the things. Let's see. I'm gonna ground myself and do all these things. Anyway, let's start. So what's inside the box? That's what we're gonna do now. I didn't break the seal before. It's quite emotion for me. Same type of box, nothing special. It's like a strange box for it. You plug these things out, comes out like this, and that's it. Some instructions, the cores, everything. As you can see, that's where it inserts. Intel Core i7 installation now. Okay, I got the computer. It's under there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out the graphics card. Give me more space to maneuver in here. Yeah, I have to start. Take these things out. And remove. Take the fan out. This out. Ooh, still stuck. Okay. My screws are exposed. Remove both of them. And I will expose my core. Okay, and that's my i5 in there that I need to clean after. Thermal paste that I need to clean and put a new one. Yeah, I need at least this one. Now I have access to the lever. Push this lever to the side. And up. And that unblocks the ship. Now comes the dangerous part. You have to grab it.
Definitely not the best way to remove it.
Remove it. And now the pins are exposed, so that's the dangerous part. If you damage the pins, it's done. Going back to his case. Okay, it's closed, and to go back. Now open the new Intel. See, this is the important bit. Triangle with this part. It just, if you drop it or anything, it's just gonna damage everything. It's well adjusted. Now this thing is so loose, I don't understand. So much pressure. Go outside. Okay, now applying thermal paste. I'm gonna do the spread. I need to spread it. There's many techniques for this. It looks perfectly fine. Whereas most of the surface should be doing the job. Got my hands all thermal paste everywhere. It's a dirty job. Normally, I just do the classic dot in the middle to put back my bracket. Sounds good and steady. It's not the easiest part to do. Why thermal paste is so important? In a perfect world, when you have two metal sheets, it will be perfectly polished, and because metal is a very good conductor of heat, which just pass through. So this will happen. You got the heat from the CPU, it's made of metal, and the base of the cooler is made of metal, so the heat will go and then spread it with the air and lowers down the temperature. So in the ideal world, this will happen. Problem, metal got micro imperfections or it's not completely flat. So it's a bit more irregular like this. What happens if you don't put thermal paste or if you forget to clean the previous thermal paste? You can have bubbles of air, will accumulate it in there. Or if you just put the metal, there's a lot of space that just gets warm and the heat will go back, temperature will go up, CPU probably will shut down your computer before you die. So normally we do put some thermal paste. Okay, now we fill all the gaps. Well, it's not my perfect application to be honest. And now the heat can go through very easily, and it goes from the CPU to the cooler, and the temperature goes down. There's many ways of applying the thermal paste in the air. The dot just spreads like this. Another very famous one. This one is more for Ryzen, but it spreads like this. And then you got the one I used, in this case the spread. Try to make it equal everywhere. There is much difference. I did saw quite a lot of videos. So between them, there is 1 degree, 2 degrees difference. Spread apparently gives like the best output, but to be honest, it's very messy as you saw in my video. So it's worth it? No, to be honest. Yeah, it looks dirty. Connect my fan on the CPU fan. I didn't turn off anything else, so that's all. Like Core 5 gone. i7 is inside. Just need to test it now and see if it works. Definitely 11th generation Core i7. To be honest, I don't notice much difference in the benchmarks. See what I got. Let's run some benchmarks and see what happens. Turn off. I'll do some tests and see what's happening. But I don't see much difference between the Core i5 and the Core i7. So I got this performance cost is an exponential curve. If you spend a little bit of money, you got a lot of performance. Okay, if you spend a bit even more, the increments are quite big. So between, this is probably like the i5 and the i7. I try to like it's in dollars, but this is just the increment. So I'm gonna notice a lot from year to year. You notice a big difference, but then any price raises, you're gonna see even smaller and smaller increments. So it gets to a point that you're spending a lot. Maybe I can even go to 600. You're just gonna see very small increments, not a big difference. So between the i5 and the i7, they have 2 more cores and 16 threads. Does it make a big difference? No. They say multitasking and some background tasks. Yes, but I have to say when I added more RAM, it made more difference because in this case Premiere and DaVinci were using my RAM of 16 was being used completely. When I put it 32, now I got a bit more buffer. Just be careful when you buy something because you can spend a lot of money and you're not going to see big gains after a certain price point. To be honest, the i5 chips are probably the best you can get for your buck and performance. i7, i9, only very specific uses, probably you get appropriate use of them. Just a long presentation.